Greetings, 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 and welcome. This is Vibrational Guidance Over Truth, the Oracle and Tarot channel where we allow the subtle whispers of the body to confirm what is and is not in alignment with us from each reading. So use your intuition, trust your instincts, and let us go ahead and dive in. When I sat down to start this reading, a song popped up in my head that I haven't heard in I don't know how many years, that goes something along the lines of, there's something in my heart, something in my heart, something in my heart, it's got me stuck on you. And I was immediately pulled on my walk home today to use this deck specifically. And if you've watched videos on this channel before, I have my decks arranged by theme. But specifically this deck, not the entire deck series, was what was given me to use. And it's the Lunar Tarot deck, so I'm so excited, by Jane Wallace. Amazing, amazing. There's another I have by Jane Wallace, the Ocean Tarot, super amazing as well. But we're going to tap into the energy. Again, take what resonates, leave what does not. You know, the channel has taken a shift, and if not, I have shifted the direction of my channel to be one where we're reading my energy, and I'm being fully transparent about my journey, where I am. And instead of providing an interpretation of the cards for you all that's based on still my truth and my awareness and comprehension of the energies of certain types of cards, I'm just going to speak to myself and speak on me. I am the beginning and ending of truth on me, and that is it as far as I see it. So I would like to just share my truth and allow you all to use me as a tool of critical thinking, of guidance, of using intuition, so on and so forth. So I'm excited. The other thing I want to mention before tapping into this reading is that I was listening to a tarot reader last night, and one of the things that was stated was that some people, some of us, the reader was saying, have always been dreamers and seers. And I've had tons of family members tell me that across the years. You're a seer, you're a seer. And your dreams are very prophetic. And I've been having on and off dreams along the lines of the movie Get Out. It's been like a Get Out movie series. That's actually how I was going to originally start the message for why I'm not a Christian, is sharing that dream that I had that same night of the dawning of me wanting to put out that first message back in the summertime, I think it was. And I kept it. I still have it. I'm not sure if I recall it, but I had another one. So there's the actual movie Get Out, and then there is the dream that I had, and then I had a part 3 Get Out dream, which I hope I wrote that one down, because it was very different. It was very, very, very different. But the plot twist, man, so amazing. So hopefully I'll be sharing that dream and maybe some other dreams with you all, because that's what I'm called to do. I'm not afraid of dreams. I've stated before on the channel, in the family that I'm told that I've come from, a lot of the women are dream interpreters, are vivid dreamers themselves, and do accurately provide interpretations of dreams to others, as I have done multiple times, numerous times across the years for my own circle of acquaintances or friend group. But let's go ahead and tap into the energy and see what wants to come out. energy wants to come out? Okay, this is what is coming out first. And these three cards are sticking out. I'm not sure if you can see them. So I'm going to take whatever these three are. It was this one. It is this one. And it is this one. For some reason, I'm feeling called to do that. All right, let's take these last. First card out, I believe, was this one, the Three of Cups, revelry. So reveling in something. I wonder what it is that I'm reveling in. With that song being on my mind, popping up, reveling in this desire for love, to have my emotional cups filled by myself and start to be poured into by others. Okay. Next we have here the King of Cups. So continuing with this theme of love and also touching in with that song. Something in my heart has got me stuck on you. Emotionally balanced. So hopefully, yes, I am bringing in an emotionally balanced masculine into my life. Not hopefully, I am drawing in the energy of an emotionally balanced masculine into my life. And some of you in the collective are doing that too. We also have here the Three of Swords, grief. And I believe this was in the reverse because of the way that I flipped it. So it actually was like this, which if I turn it is in the upright. But I believe the way I had it, it presents it in the reverse. Either way, it's the grief card, the Three of Swords. So we have 2 threes so far, the Three of Cups and the Three of Swords. And I believe, if I recall correctly, in traditional tarot, which I have not studied the traditional tarot and what the meanings behind those cards are at all, I specifically have purchased the types of tarot cards that I have that have these messages at the bottom so that I can provide an interpretation based on these terms at the bottom and the images. But I do recall that this Three of Swords in traditional tarot has a heart that has 3 swords in it. And again, representing grief. Now, this one is obviously in the reverse, and it is the Four of Swords, and it says sanctuary. So a lack of sanctuary. And I also think it's very interesting how there's a synchronicity here, starting off with the 2 blue cards, revelry and emotionally balanced. And then the 2 that I perceived are in the reverse, and I did not put grief in the reverse, but these 2 purple cards, the Three of Swords and the Four of Swords. So a building up of energy, going from grief to, or reading them as reversals, going from not having grief to still not being in a place that feels like a sanctuary, a safe place. And then for these total 3 cards here, okay, and I'm going to take them in the order that I pulled them. So the first one was here, and this is the Star, creativity. And if I'm taking it as it is in the reverse, so someone or I'm feeling like I'm not in star energy as of recently, yes, I can say that is true. This one's in the upright. Page of Cups, possibility, yes. So more of the cups. I definitely feel like I'm in a season of a ton of possibilities with this young girl, young feminine energy here. Possibilities in this bright moonlight, standing on the stone, gonna make it happen. And then the final card, wow, wow, wow. Look at how these synchronicities have shown up. This is the King of Swords, endurance, okay? So 4, 3, 4 blue. And I'm saying 4 blue even with the star card because it has majority blue in it. 3 purple. 3 with the King. 3, 4 with the King. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. 3 cups plus 1 cup. 4 cups plus his cup. 5 cups. She has in this illustration 2 gourds in her hands, which could also represent cups, vessels that can hold water. So that puts this at 7 cups. Over here, our 4 plus our 3 is 7 swords. adding the sword that he has is Eight of Swords. So we go from Seven of Cups to Eight of Swords. Now I really want to know what that energy is. So I'm going to look for those cards specifically. What did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Seven of Cups is what I'm looking for. I want to see what the Seven of Cups energy is. Okay. And the Eight of Swords. Seven of Cups and the Eight of Swords. Seven of Cups and the Eight of Swords. Seven of Cups. Eight of Swords. Okay, I found the Eight of Swords. And I'm looking for Seven of Cups and Seven of Cups. Okay. All right, so Seven of Cups, Eight of Swords. Seven of Cups says choices. So yes, I'm in a season of my life where I feel like there are a lot of choices. I don't have to have as many part-time jobs as I have to be working towards my financial, fiscal goals. But I am choosing to take on all of these part-time jobs, which total there are 1, 2, 3 part-time jobs that I currently have on top of my full-time job. And yes, they are part-time jobs where I must show up and be somewhere and do something. And this is Monday through Friday. One of them has me also working on the weekend. But I'm glad that I have the choice to do that. Choice to not have a car, choice to not have changed my name, to not take that weight with me. I felt good. And I said it in the past tense, so it felt good to not take that weight with me as I'm speaking this into existence, that I've already changed my name. And I'm excited that I don't feel the weight of past karmic debts that I accrued coming with me. Then we have over here, the Eight of Swords is the restrictions card. So yes, I am placing restrictions on myself. And the restrictions are as follows. I am being very particular and picky about who I allow to perceive me having a more than professional, quasi, I don't even want to say romantic, more than professional interest in. I'm being very restrictive with that energy. And I like that. I like that a lot. Let's clarify these cards. What really are you wanting me to say? Because I'm feeling like a huge pause, a gap, like it's obvious. I am emotionally balanced and working on continuously being emotionally balanced. I am in love with my possibilities that I've presented myself with and that have been presented to me. I comprehend that I have stifled and put my creativity on hold as it pertains to the hobbies that I enjoy. Painting, I have picked back up coloring though. And I'm reveling right now in this energy of pouring into my love cup first and enjoying pouring into the cups of the children and the adults that I work with, and am ready, am patiently excited for the opportunity for this divine masculine, the divine masculine, who is a part of my timeline of manifesting the highest, best, good, will, and way coming into my life, and also with his own cup and the energy of filling up his own cup, is knowledgeable and willing to work with coming into the awareness of how to fill up my cup as well. And I'm just thankful that all these cups mean that there are so many choices in my life. I can, or I can choose to say I will not. And I'm not so much concerned about the star card in the reverse, because this is a reflection of one of those choices. I'm focusing on balance and being emotionally balanced and the possibilities that will come in the future as a result of being emotionally balanced. And I'm reveling in this time and experience, not so much on trying to come out here and be creative. I also see this as, yeah, I have nothing to grieve. My choices were my choices. I accept the choices that I made. I accept how I allowed other people to treat me and how people chose to treat me also. And this is not a place that's a sanctuary. I'm not lying to myself. I'm not kidding to myself that I feel at home here, that I'm happy here. No, none of that is true whatsoever. But I am very much so in my King of Swords energy, and I'm looking forward to this King of Swords energy coming in. Somebody who can cut through the shit. Somebody who is also straight-witted with the tongue, blunt and very verbal and highly detailed and honest, and is enduring with listening and providing awareness to make sure that the balance of the emotions also comes with the endurance to cut out the things that have caused the imbalances. I love this restrictions card because, yes, there comes a time in life with maturity where you must restrict yourself and hold your energy back from all karmic things. That, yes, even means family members and friends and co-workers and places of endearment that drain the energy. So I like this for me. I like this for you. I like this for us if you resonate with this energy as well. What other information would you like to have come out in this reading for me to speak to from this deck of cards? Is there anything else? I know you already put another deck in my mind, and I definitely would get that. Now, what flipped over was the Nine of Cups here. Satisfaction. And what is sticking out the tallest now is the Empress Rebirth. So I am in my Empress energy, and I am satisfied in my Nine of Cups, building up from Three of Cups to Seven of Cups to satisfaction, starting off as a Page of Cups. My little bit of love that I have that I'm giving to myself, that I'm creating with myself. I'm reveling in this little bit of love, and I'm making better choices with the love that I have for myself and the love that I give out. And as a result, I am very satisfied. I'm okay with not being seen as the creative star because I am my King of Cups emotionally balanced, which ultimately leads me into being fully balanced with all elemental energies, and my Empress energy, which I am currently in and building more upon during this rebirth phase in my life. I love this. Let's get one more, please, if we can. Can we get one more? Thank you. Okay, a little more, then one more. Oh, wow. Okay, we got a little storybook. Anything else? Okay, let's see what these cards are. So right here, I think the first one that came out in the reverse is this green card, which is the King of Wands. I've heard other people call this a big dick energy, so not saying I hope that whoever is coming in has a small one, but I'm be grateful for whomever is in alignment with my energy. I'm just not joking, but joking, kicks and giggles. Anywho, King of Wands in the reverse, leadership. So there's a lack of leadership that I'm showing in my life. Yes, this is true. I was offered several positions of leadership. Two of them I ended up saying yes to. One, due to there truly just not being anyone to fill those shoes. And the person who would be filling them at my place of work was out on maternity leave. And they really needed someone to do that. And I was not going to be working alone, but I did decide to do that. It was only during school hours to be on call for any medical emergencies and go through additional training. So yes, I said yes to that one because I love to help and I'm willing to do that. Lack of leadership, so I said no to that in the summertime when it was first presented to me, and then I came back at the top of the school year seeing how much of a need there was for adults in the building to be willing to serve in this role, and I said yes. Then there was another position offered to me to be in a leadership role within the subject department that I teach in. And I flat out said no to that one from the beginning to the end till now. And there's still no one in that role and position, but I am choosing due to the dreams and the visions and the inner knowing, my intuition, the nudges all telling me there's something wrong with this, don't accept this, this is a trap. I have consistently said no to that one. And then with one of my part-time jobs, I received a promotion in position. Though it was a demotion in pay, I need the funds, regardless of what those funds are at this point in my life. And it's something that is accessible to me by way of using my legs. So yes, I took this new leadership position and am aware of the pay cut, even with the increase in time commitment. So leadership in the reverse, yes. My choices have definitely been like, what? Why would you say no to this one? You know, you should definitely have taken that one over the others for the sake of your resume looking good, but I'm not in that energy. Okay, I don't know which ones came out next. I want to say this one did, but I'm going to just start here. This is the Ace of Swords, realization, ha ha ha. Yes, I am in my realization phase. And when I am realizing is this Five of Pentacles, all that I have lost, all that I have allowed myself to lose, all that I have chosen to walk away from, the good that comes with the loss, because I don't grieve what I have lost. I am not feeling that this loss is a result of restrictions. This loss is a result of realizations. This loss is something that I am enduring, whether it be the loss of a car as transportation, the loss of having excess and extra within my finances, due to having a partner and sharing everything. This loss is good to me. It's really, really, really good to me. I love this type of loss because it's like bare bones, Naked and Afraid, one of my favorite TV shows out there. Doing it is real, is raw as much as possible. And then finally we have my other energy, which is the facing this way direction. The Emperor card. Authority. So I'm in my authority. I am in my authority. And not only am I in my authority, but I'm in my authority as the Knight of Wands, as a force of nature, a force to be reckoned with. So I'll take this Knight of Wands in the upright, who is moving, some would say, backwards, who is a force of nature going back to the past and looking at the loss, going back to the past, looking at the restrictions that were put on then and now, going back to the past with endurance, with a sword, going back to the past with no grief, with no sense of sanctuary there to stay, going back to the past simply for the fact that there are realizations that are to be had. And the realizations is that all those past experiences caused me to be emotionally balanced, allow me to revel in the now about the possibilities I have now as a result of the satisfaction that I am giving myself from my choices. I don't need all leadership roles. I don't need to be in the star position. What I do need to do is continue to go through this rebirth, and that is what's going to give me my authority. So I love this reading. I don't want to drag it out too much more at all, really, or longer. I'm hearing take the next deck, and the deck that popped up is my only, what I would call original tarot, traditional tarot deck. Okay. And I'm going to shuffle these. We're going to see what might come out here as a confirmation. Okay, I have these, interestingly. So half of the deck was in the upright, and it looks like the other half of the deck is in the reverse. And I'm not going to do that to myself. Glad something said pay attention to the cards. Yeah, this section is in the reverse and this section is in the upright. So have them in the upright. If they do come out as reversals, I will. Interesting. Here's another set of reversals. So that's so energy revealing. I was going to say so enlightening, but so energy came out. Maybe some of you in your energy are pausing enough to see where things have gone in the reverse, and you have time to rectify. You have time to adjust. You have time to, I'm hearing, even amuse yourself with the tantalizing trip of just saying, oh, pause, wait a minute, I'm going to redo that. Yeah, I'm definitely with you there and in that phase, but this is cool. All right, one more shuffle of the cards, and here we go. Ooh, those were met with some resistance. Some resistance. All right. So force it. So what do you want to reveal from or confirm as a closing message or closing messages from this tarot deck? What are the what are the confirmations, closing messages from this tarot deck? Thank you. What are your confirmations, the closing messages? Okay, here we go. Let's see what is being said. Final messages. We have here Six of Swords. So moving on, I think I've heard this said so many times, toward calmer waters, from rocky waters to calmer waters, realizing with this Six of Swords, the swords that I have put in my own boat, mindsets, habits, beliefs, personality traits, character traits, relationships, situationships, family, familial ties that I have allowed to put holes in my boat. And if I move far enough, Source and Karma are going to help mend my boat as long as I am moving forward. I love that that came on top of creativity. This is not a time for me to focus on being creative. It's a time for me to focus on what are the holes in my boat that I have allowed, that I have put there, that I, due to inaction or action, have been seemingly sinking. But I'm not sinking as long as I'm moving. So I'm moving, and there's unseen force helping me there. There's also here this Two of Pentacles. So I'm juggling options. Reminds me of this choices. I'm juggling my options, and that comes right here on top of satisfaction. Yeah, there are multiple things that would make me feel satisfied right now. I'd be satisfied staying single for a short season until whatever the completion of this sun cycle, moon cycle of emotional balance has been set and made and aware enough for me to attract or resonate, to draw in like energy. I am comfortable with the option of putting all my excess funds towards paying off my debts, and also the option of using my funds for updating my wardrobe and investing in my health with clean eating and things along those lines, gym membership. So I have options here, and I enjoy that my ships are coming in while I'm weighing my options of what's the best choice for me. We also have here the Nine of Swords, okay? And I love this Nine of Swords. So Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords energy. And if Eight of Swords says restriction, I definitely see this Nine of Swords as a time of what looks like regret, reflection, but allowing the emotions, the remorse to come up and say, why did I do that? Why did I do that? Sometimes we need that season, but it's okay because this came out on top of possibility. So yeah, it's possible for me to be in this Nine of Swords energy, but I won't do that. Yes, it's possible for me to be satisfied with my two choices, but I'm assured that as long as I focus on moving forward, and not so much on being creative, I get to my Empress energy. And here we are, here we have the Eight of Cups in reverse. And it's so interesting that this came out here next to the Seven of Cups. So if the Seven of Cups is choices, this Eight of Cups in reverse is an image of an individual walking away from those cups. The cups seem great, but they're not all that if I'm walking and preferring the sunset or the sunrise over these cups. I'm preferring emotional balance over an emotionally toxic, tongue-tied community, is what I'm hearing. I'm preferring to go at it alone than to sit and dwell in an area where others are filling up my cup and they're energetically tied to me and benefiting from me, sifting through and shifting through and cleansing their aura by simply being present or in the presence of me. I'm not for that anymore. At all. So I love this. Yeah, making that choice. Because over here, what we have to close this out, and Six of Swords, Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords, whoa, I just realized something. Three of Swords, Four of Swords. 3 plus 4 is 7 of Swords. 6 of Swords. 8 of Swords. 9 of Swords. So it goes 6, 7, 8, 9 of Swords. I didn't see this one here. Next, we have the Knight of Swords. So Knight of Wands and Knight of Swords. He's moving forward, willing to and ready to move into the future, cutting things out as necessary. So this Knight of Wands is moving into the past. This Knight of Swords is moving forward. No restrictions is what I'm seeing and hearing. No restrictions, just going forward. Cutting out the bullshit, cutting out all unnecessary, making the losses count. Interesting, and it's falling up under loss. Then we have the Two of Swords. So there's a Two of Pentacles and a Two of Swords. So more swords energy. Air, communication. Two of Swords. Might seem as if it's a this or that, but the true choice, the true destination is behind me. As long as I get out of this state of contemplation, of focusing on this or that, get out of focusing on this or that, and what I am holding, and get back to the state of what I would like to get to, of creating as a form of birthing. Here's the Queen of Pentacles. I love this. Earth energy, 13. And we have a Knight of Swords, which is a 12, and then 13 is the number on this card. Yes, I'm manifesting finances. Would it be nice to enjoy these finances, to create some semblance of what people are calling the soft life? Sure, yes, I guess. I mean, I really don't know what that means. I've only really focused on working hard, and I enjoy working hard, but I would like a few nice things, a few nicer things is what I really mean to say. This brings me back to a memory, and oh gosh, I've been contemplating saying this on the channel for a couple of days now since I've come back. It's been sticking with me in my mind. So this past winter break, I went back to my home state and spent some time there visiting with family. And one evening at my mother's house, or the person I'm told to call my mother's house, my sibling was there with their significant other. And we're playing cards. It's fun. I'm very competitive. I love to learn. and I love to compete, and I love to win. I love to win. And so we're playing, I think it was Uno. We were supposed to be playing spades, but we ended up playing Uno, and it was so much fun. We were playing in teams. And somehow the significant other of my sibling made a statement asking or insinuating or assuming that I was spoiled. And immediately, without hesitation, almost cut the head from the right to the left. My sibling and my mother both affirmed and in their own way stated, oh, if anybody is spoiled, it's her, meaning the sibling, my sibling, not me. This one, and they were referring to and pointing to me, has never been spoiled, doesn't know what it feels like to be spoiled or have that type of spoiled life or living whatsoever. And that just, it struck me different. It dawned on me because my mother has had the experience of growing up as an only child before her siblings came along. So she knows and recalls often vividly the turmoil and the anger and the frustration she felt when she wasn't an only child anymore and had to start sharing or seeing that, you know, another sibling was being cared for in a way that was only going to her. And then my sibling, being the youngest, received a lot of the youngest treatments, pleasures, benefits, luxuries that the oldest does not get. And I just thought it was so interesting. Like, I'm not seeking ever to be spoiled, to be doted on or anything like that. But I wonder, and I don't want this to come at a cost, but I wonder what it would feel like to have someone think about me nicely. Just, you know, here's a card with a nice love note, a nice love letter, just because. Here's a crystal. I know you like crystals, just because. Here's, you know, some movie tickets. I know you really like this and they're showing reruns, but let's just go watch the matinee together or something like that, you know. I wonder what that feels like. And I've wondered that a lot lately since that gathering and that statement being made so sternly and correctingly too. Like, oh, no, not her. She definitely has no idea what it feels like to be spoiled. Wouldn't be able to tell you the first thing about the feeling of being spoiled. But I do. We do. You know. Then we have the Ace of Wands. Woo! So, got some Ace of Cups. And I'm sorry, Page of Cups. And the Ace of Wands. Hopefully this rectifies this big dick energy in the reverse. I'm just kidding. I say that because I hear a reader always refer to her Ace of Wands in that way, and it just makes me giggle because I learned so much by watching other readers, and I've never seen or perceived certain cards that have the meanings that others do, or they project onto them. So that's just something that tickles me because I'm like, what? There's a person who hasn't had a hug or a physical touch or a kiss, things along those lines, in a very, very long time, since my ex-husband back in 2023. It's tickling to me to think about things like this. So Ace of Wands is my magic. I'm bringing in my magic. I'm going from swords to wands. I'm manifesting that shit. I'm making it happen, Captain. And I think this is the only wand card out here, and it's the number one. So that's my number one focus right now. Manifesting from my full cup of love that I'm giving to myself. Manifesting my possibilities. Manifesting from my place of endurance. Manifesting my authority. I'm just manifesting everything I need and I desire and I want. And the last cup is the King of Cups. So we have two King of Cups out here for sure, focusing on an emphasis on emotional balance. So I like this. I hope you were able to resonate with some of this. Again, take what resonates, leave what does not. This is my interpretation of these cards for me. You can apply the interpretation of these cards and my summaries or narratives of them in your life. Take leave. You're the only true source of knowledge on yourself, okay? So as my students hear from me say this all the time, I am paid to be a professional regurgitator of other people's published works. These are not necessarily the truth that I hold about these particular people or time periods in the past. I'm the only person who is the beginning and ending of truth on myself. And I assert that that is true for everyone. We are only the beginning and ending of truth for ourselves and whatever we choose to shape up or frame that as and to be. So good night, good evening, grand dawning, grand rising, wherever you are when you see this message. And peace out and good love.